All right, I think we're live. Yo, what up, SMT Nation? March 21st edition of the podcast. What is up, good people? What up, Los?
What's going on, dude?
How you doing?
Going.
It's a midweek podcast, man.
Yeah. Yep, it's that midweek.
It's that midweek. I see some people already here in the live chat. Let's say hello to some of the peeps here. All right, I see hashtag mod squad. I got some mod members here. We got Baby Yoda. What is up? We got David. Titus is here. Raph in the house. What up, South Joe? Max Tech Studios is here. We got Brandon Storms, who's on his brother's account. Michael, what up? That's a first I've seen. Snap, what up, Jason? Josh. We also have S Blue Tech.
What up, man?
Yeah. The week has been good, Jason. No complaints, man. No complaints. Joseph is here. Oh, okay. Hashtag midweek pod. Nice. Archie Mobile in the house.
What's up, bro?
What up?
What up, Ashay? What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Allison Morningstar's in the house. What's going on? We got some new jams. Carlos just uploaded some tracks, so you know we're jamming.
They're fire though.
Bro, it's all flames, bro. Remember what happened the last time, bro? You remember when I was freestyling? Did you hear that?
Yup.
Bro, the last time I freestyled, bro, the fire engineers had to come through, dog. Snap. Paul's here. He called me the Sneedmeister. Oh, man. All right, so we got to say hello to some peoples out there. Hope you guys are having a good start to your work week. And I don't know if you guys like eventful weeks or if you like uneventful weeks. I'm one of those types of people, man. I'm simple. I like uneventful weeks. You know, I don't like being surprised. I like everything being the same. You feel me? I don't like weird things going on, bro.
Bro, we can try to. That's the keyword, try to.
Yeah. Anyways, we got some stories to look at today. Amazon. Project Kuiper. Los, are you hip?
Yeah.
Are you hip to the quip?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. You gotta fill me in.
So we'll fill you in. Ashay, have you been following Project Kuiper?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. So this will be good. They're basically doing Starlink. Basically. It's LEO satellites, it's home internet, and they've got some antenna designs. And I think they're actually doing it better than Starlink, as crazy as it sounds. Yeah, so I don't know what your impressions are of Starlink currently as it stands today, Ashay. Carlos, I know you got mixed emotions because you've used it and you've been through it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be interesting to hear your take on this.
Yeah, the problem with Starlink and any of these companies, it's they got to have a lot of satellites. If they stop deploying the satellites and they keep gaining these customers, thousands of customers, it's just going to bog down the network.
So let me ask you something, Ashay. How many satellites is enough?
I don't know. I'm not in that field.
Yeah. I think the answer to that is however big the consumer base gets. Right?
Yep.
100 billion satellites.
I mean, it ain't cheap. You know, none of this stuff is easy to do, and it ain't cheap. I believe they call it Fire Mobile, is what they call it.
No, geez.
Shout out to the Bearded Dragon. Yo, Mr. Storms, you don't have to donate anything. You know, you're here, you're consuming the content. All you got to do for me is thumbs up, give this video a like, share it to your friends, families, socials. That helps the channel a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. So, yeah, like I said, I don't need the money. I just need you to engage with the content, share it to help out the channel. That's what I need. So appreciate that. We're going to talk about the UK, United Kingdom. They're getting millimeter wave, guys. Yeah. That's something that Europe hasn't really explored.
Took them long enough.
Yeah. I think in places like the O2 Arena, they got some big venues. London's got a lot of people. I feel like it makes sense for millimeter wave to exist in those places. So we'll take a look at that story. And then Cox is going multi-gig. Carlos, I know you're excited about that.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably going to sign up the first day, right?
Yeah.
Can we all agree that Cox is
How
the
about
worst
you
ISP in the world?
You sign up first and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. Bro, I got the fibre. I got big blue fiber, baby. Big blue fiber. I ain't playing games, man.
I'm over here where Big Blue will never come.
In the house. We back. Go ahead, Ashay.
I'm in the state where Big Blue will never come to AT&T Fiber in Jersey.
But you got Fios.
Yeah, but they don't want to come to Jersey. They don't want to compete.
Fios?
No, for Big Blue, AT&T. And the thing is, they're
Fios. You got Optimum.
Yep,
what else?
Verizon, Spectrum, and Comcast.
You got Rectum, bro.
Well, my thing is AT&T spending all their capex into fiber, but I'm getting $0.
I don't know, man. We could all use some extra competitors. I wouldn't mind if another fiber operator came through the neighborhood, dog.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
It depends what fiber competitor. There's some competitors where it's Fios and it's unionized and it takes 50 years to get anything done.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The way I look at it is like this. Any competition coming to market is good competition. Just for the fact that there's another operator who's selling the service, I think that's worth it. Because just their presence is going to be like, okay, we got another competitor that's just in the market, and then people can use that competitor. So they're just going to have to consider their price, right?
Yeah.
Well, Sneed, guess what, bro?
What?
Experiencing big blue outage right now. I just tried making a call with my blue line real quick to test some, and it's failing calls.
Failing call? What about data? Any data working?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Check down detector, see if it's something that's going on. Breaking news. Carlos has found and discovered a big blue failure. Network down.
What the hell, man? Really is.
Let's see if we can figure out how long it lasts, too, since we're at it.
Yeah, it won't connect. No call will connect. Nothing. It just stays there, chilling. And when I call it from another phone, it doesn't do nothing. I call from another AT&T line, and it just nothing. Call it from Verizon line, it just goes to voicemail. Holy crap.
Max Tech Studios chiming in. I've had AT&T fiber for over 2 years. The undefeated GOAT. Yeah. He's got the whole family on AT&T Extra, 25% internet discount, $800 off the iPhone 14 Pros. Sheesh, man. You took advantage of everything. Hey, Allison's curious if it's just your area thing or if you're finding any reports anywhere else. Check out the down detector, Los. David says last net. Nice. Oh, no. Greg with the hypotheticals. Greg, oh, God. If you had to move, is fiber something you need or want? Bro, look, man. Anyone can settle for anything that's usable. We prefer not to settle. Let me give you an example. I think that I deserve drop dead gorgeous perfect 10. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it. Right? I might settle for an 8, but she's got all the other great things about it, right? I might not get a 10, but I'll take a 9, right? You settle with what you can work with. You see what I'm saying? So could fixed wireless carry me along? Probably. Might there be some momentary hiccups here and there that could impact some things that I do, like live streaming? I'm sure, But if I had my choice between two homes, one of them had fiber and one of them had cable, and both things are equal, like the house size, the house amenities, the features, you know, for the most part they were on par, I'd pick the house with fiber. I swear. Yeah. But if like the house with cable, with coax, was 10, 20, 30% better than the fiber house, I would take the cable coaxial house because I'm getting a better house. Right? So like, you make concessions, you make deals, bro, negotiations and compromises where it makes sense. You'll settle for an 8 if everything else is on fleek, you know? Nothing's perfect. There's always going to be concessions you got to make, you know? Los, you seeing anything on your end?
Bro,
down
nothing.
detector? Nothing?
Not yet. That's just weird.
All right, so is T-Mobile working?
Yeah.
Verizon working?
Yeah.
Just AT&T is down.
Yes, no, I can't make no calls with it at all.
Oh, Greg, Cox is not an 8. Cox doesn't even deserve a rating. Cox is not even qualifying. -5. You know? All right, let's change up the track, dog. Okay. All right, we're going to start first by doing some shout-outs before we cover into the stories. If you would like to support the SMT, there's lots of different ways you could do it. Okay, first of all, one way you can support the SMT is by liking this video. Hit the like button, share it to your socials. If you got Facebook, if you got Instagram, if you got Twitter, right? Share my content with others. Appreciate that. Hit the like button, of course, rate the video, comment, engage with the content. And then if you want to take it one step further and you want to help out the SMT, stay caffeinated and motivated, buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description for that. And don't forget, if you're looking for a good deal on wireless service, you guys can support us by using the partner link for Mint Mobile. Check out these deals, folks. They got a 4 gig plan that's $15 a month. Right? You can more than double that for $20 or $5 more. Get the 10 gig plan. Go with the 15 gig plan for $25, and then they got the unlimited for $30. Gives you 35 gigs of high-speed data. If you're looking for T-Mobile access, but you don't want the risk of personal information being compromised and all that stuff, I don't know, Mint Mobile's a legitimate option. Save money, and then you'll help out the channel as well. Link is in the description. All right, Los. We're going to start with this first one, man. Amazon unveils the antennas for Project Kuiper, the broadband service. First of all, I want to ask you guys in the live chat, if Amazon offered a broadband internet service, would you legitimately consider it? All right, so Carlos, without knowing the whole technologies, without knowing any of the hardware, Amazon offers home internet service. Are you interested? Are you kicking the tires on this thing? Los? Muted?
Oh yeah. I said sure, I would be down to try it out. Why not? It might be better than Starlink itself. You know, maybe they might make it more affordable to be able to get the whole equipment versus having to pay $600 to Starlink and pay $120 a month.
Well, even without knowing that it's satellite, just Amazon is the owner, Amazon is the operator. Is that a viable possibility? Are you kicking the wheels on it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. That's kind of how I wanted to look at it first. Amazon is selling internet. Are you interested? Ashay, jump in for me.
100% yes. And I know their customer service is amazing on regular Amazon. So that means their customer service is going to be as par.
Okay. Interesting angle. So you're thinking this company knows how to treat their customers well.
Yep.
So that makes them, you know, possibly be able to parlay that into home internet. All right. How about you, Brandon? Just jumped in, man. Amazon offers home internet. Are you interested?
I mean, if it's going to be more expensive than what I'm paying for internet, then no. But if it's something for rural America or something like that, then I would consider it.
Okay.
But I believe Amazon only wants 4 million customers on it.
So they kind of created their ceiling of users?
Yes. And
Okay.
mainly they're trying to attract rural America.
So here's the gear. 3 different sizes of user terminals for Project Kuiper, Amazon satellite broadband service. Okay, so I guess this is supposed to be like size to scale or whatever. There's a large one, which does up to 1 gigabit per second. There's like a medium-sized one. I think it does like up to 400 megabits per second. That's going to be the typical one that most residential customers will have. And then there's a compact one. It does like up to 100 megabits. So literally the capacity of each one varies by size, which makes sense. It's like the actual physics, right? Larger dish, more capacity throughput potentially. All right. I'm looking at some of the other stuff. Leo satellite, we got some of the dimensions. Those are the speeds. Okay, so let's compare Starlink, because that was one thing that you guys mentioned. Starlink sells the dish itself, Dishy or whatever it's called, for $600, and then they sell the residential service for $120. What do you think about Starlink's pricing, Ashay?
I think the price is okay, but the problem is the equipment costs too much.
$600.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it got to get to become more digestible?
Like 200.
Okay. So the monthly service price is doable, considering you're going to be able to get internet in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying the price has to get down to about a third. Got to go from 600 to 200, and then Starlink is a much more viable option for more people.
Yep.
All right, B, let me get you in here, man. Talk to me about Starlink's pricing. The dish cost, the service cost. Where do you think it falls in?
Starlink's pricing, I think I think it's a good price, especially if you're coming from Viasat or HughesNet. I think it's a really good price, and it's a massive upgrade because you're not getting 600 or 700 ping, and you're not at 25-30 megabits. But hopefully Amazon rolls out good pricing on their satellite equipment and stuff like that.
All right, so Los, you've been using this service, and I think when you first signed up for the service, you were charged like $100. Now it's up to $120. So the price increased over your usage, and then also the performance degraded on you over your couple of years of having it. So what do you think of the price point, the dish hardware, and the price per month? How do you see the Starlink experience?
The price does not match the experience. I'll tell you that much right now. It is horrible. It was great at first, and then it degraded really bad. And then for them to send you an upgraded unit, they want to charge you $250 upgrade fee, when I've been having issues with my Dishy and telling them like, hey, sometimes it won't get signal properly and stuff like that. They're like, well, we can get you to a newer unit, but it's a $250 upgrade fee. And I'm like, well, I just spent $500 on this equipment. And like, well, that's just how it is. I was like, what happens if it breaks on me? Oh, we can offer you $250. I'm like, damn. So, and then the price increase justify. And now they got a 1 terabyte cap.
Oh, for total usage.
Oh my god.
For peak hours, yeah.
Oh, peak. So off peak, it's all good. Let it rip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a problem.
Okay, so B, let me come back to you on this. We just talked about the pricing on the hardware and then the monthly service cost.
Right.
Where do you think Amazon comes in? What type of price can they command, and what type of price do you think they'll charge for the hardware and the service?
I think the pricing will probably be similar to Starlink's pricing, because considering most people that live out in rural America would probably almost pay anything for a true high-speed internet. The gigabit service will likely be an arm and a leg per month, and I could just imagine that gigabit satellite's probably going to be somewhere in the low thousands.
Wow. Okay. Ashay, where does Amazon come in for pricing? Where do you think their entry point is? What are they going to charge based on kind of like your prediction? I mean, you're not going to be right or wrong on this, right? We have no clue until they launch it, but what do you think they come in the game with? What's going to be their pricing per month and the hardware cost?
Yeah, for the hardware, I see like maybe 400 to 500 around there. And then the service, maybe like 200 to 300 to start up. I feel like it's going to be expensive to start it up, because the thing is they're trying to limit it too.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to congest it. That means if you
Right.
limit it, that means there's less customers. That means there's less return on the profit.
What do you think, Los? What do you think they come in at? You know the Starlink pricing.
What they're going to come in at?
Yeah, what do you predict they come in at for the dishy or the dish and the service cost per month?
Knowing Amazon, $300 or less for the system, and knowing Amazon about $80 or less for the service. I'd say 65.
Damn. Wow, so you got them coming in and shaking up the game.
Yeah, they're going to come in and shake this up.
Wow.
They're literally going to come in for Elon's ass.
Zero
Cool, you just jumped in, man. Have you been listening in? Did you get a chance to hear the first part of this?
No, I just joined. I just kind of I just joined. Been busy,
so here's the framework of the conversation.
Sure.
Amazon Project Kuiper. They've got 3 versions of hardware. They got a 100 megabit per second small compact dish. Okay, they got a 400 megabit residential one. It's like a mid-size. And then they got a larger one that's gigabit per second capable. The estimated bill of materials for the dish is like $400 or something. When you think about like Starlink, they're coming in at $120 a month and they're charging $600 for the dish. Where do you think Amazon comes in with their service cost, the monthly cost, and then also the dish cost?
You know, to be honest, I hope that this is the case, but I don't know if it's going to be or not. I hope they, beat Starlink on pricing, right? I think Amazon is capable of doing that somehow, some way. But I just hope they make it probably around 200 to 300. Maybe I'm hoping they keep it at like 200. I think that'll be a nice price point there. Something that's affordable. I think Starlink right off the bat was like too expensive. This Project Kuiper, this is what's going to power Verizon, their satellite game, right? So using millimeter wave, right? So this is going to be good, but I just hope they're cheaper than Starlink. I think that Amazon, they're really serious about this, now they are at least, and I think by they're saying by 2024 they're going to have the service up and running, I believe. Yep. So right. So I mean, I'm really rooting for Amazon with this, because I think this is like a twofold competition deal. One, they're trying to compete heavily with Starlink and beat them out. That's what I think their main goal is, and the other goal is again to partner with Verizon, which they already have, and basically launch their their direct phone to sat internet service, right? So I'm heavily rooting for them. So I'm hoping it gets the price points around $200.
So I got a hot take for you guys. I personally believe that you guys have the right premise. I think they come in to be disruptive. It doesn't make sense to come into this game and limp in, right? Just toe in the water. I think you should come in and make a splash. So what I think they should do is literally take a $99 deposit And if a customer keeps the service for a year or longer, they get that deposit back. And I think the monthly service should be 15% cheaper than Starlink. Right? So coming in at like $99, you'll completely shock the game. $99 a month, $99 deposit for the hardware. Keep the service for a year. You get your deposit back, which basically gives you a free month for month 13. They will devastate Starlink. Starlink will lose customers to this service. And I don't know how many customers Starlink has right now. I know that they've had some growth. You know, it's been an opportunity for them. They've been in the lane, you know, by themselves for a couple of years now. And the service has degraded, right? And maybe this actually helps some Starlink customers because they'll have less users. Some people will migrate to Amazon, you know, to Kuiper or whatever. But that's the way. If you're really going to disrupt, don't you think you got to come in and do it right? Make the hardware cheap, like dirt cheap, like almost free. Make the service super affordable. Price competitive with like normal wireline operators, like $100. And just do that. And then you're going to find a way to entangle and build together all your Amazon stuff into this. Targeted advertising, Alexa integration, you know, the list goes on and on. Everything that Amazon does. But just intertwine all of that in there. But that's how you should do it, right? If you're Amazon. Don't come in toeing the water. Come in and make a splash for real, you know? Otherwise, what's the point? You're going to be just like Starlink. So then the question is do I even care about this if I can get Starlink?
No.
Oh, one more thing before I forget. I really hope that Amazon makes this mobile. You could take it on the go. So the Nomad, the mobile use case, the mobile home, this should be mobile.
Absolutely. You know, Starlink, they do have the global roaming now. They did launch that, right?
They launched it now, but for the first year and a half, they didn't.
Right, but also it's an extra fee for that. Yes, it's an extra fee for that. You know, you're right. You know, if Amazon can say, "Hey, guess what? Our antenna do roaming right off the bat," you know, that'd be great.
Yo,
keep in mind,
what if I got a shaggin' wagon, bro, and I want to bring the internet with me? You feel me?
I feel you. Yeah, I would love to have that. Right, and so, you know, keep in mind that Amazon. So there's only two players that have congressional authority to actually continually launch satellites right now, and it's Amazon. With their Kuiper and their Blue Origin, and Starlink with their
they have the SEC's blessings, you know, to do all this,
and SpaceX. Yeah, so there's only two companies. So I hope they just slug each other out, and this is going to make it good for competition and for the carriers as well. You know, because they're going to be battling for this too. Because this is added service. Maybe I'm not going to speak too soon, but I hope this it remains free. For Verizon, you know, I don't want this to be. I hope this does additional service revenue for the carriers, but I want this satellite service to be free and needed as a complimentary. You know, so kind of like what T-Mobile is doing with Starlink. So,
Carlos, you want to jump in?
Yeah.
Somebody was going to say something. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying everything's good. You guys can hear me fine.
Yeah, are you on the caller side?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the homie 2 phones. What is?
It's going to be interesting with this service, though, for real. We'll see how it goes, bro, because I'm going to be getting it.
You guys have any reservations? Do you like kind of how things are playing out? Because to me, I feel like they progressed really nicely. If the project started in 2020 and they launch in 2024... that shows you how fast things can happen, man. When you throw money at projects, stuff can get going, man.
And the good part is that Amazon's kind of doing this a smart way. They're learning from all of Elon's mistakes.
Ooh, Bruce says that 2024 is not happening. Why?
So
he doesn't believe they'll be ready for launch in 2024.
So they did get authorization for 3,000 LEO satellites already. So they'll be launching soon, actually, right? So 2024 is is the launch date. It doesn't take that long to get a satellite, especially Leo sats up on air once they launch. So I don't know if you could find that article, Sneed, about the.
Yeah, I found it. It was 3,200 satellites. Yep.
That's right. Right. Yeah. So so they'll have it up. This isn't Amazon's first rodeo, right? Out in space, they got Blue Origin.
You know what else is kind of crazy, and I hate to say it like this, but I think it matters. Elon's not well received by everyone. And Amazon is a brand that people know and use and rely upon for everything. Some of that's going to come back to haunt Elon a little bit. Don't you guys agree?
Yep. Elon's going to feel the pressure.
I mean, you know me, Los, I don't get into the politics of anything, but like, he rubs people the wrong way on Twitter. He pisses people off. He says things. And people get all disgruntled, and they get all in their feelings and stuff. And to me, I don't really care what he says. You know me, dog. It's all about what you do. It's not really about what you say. So, if this incentivizes Elon to launch more sats and create more capacity and make it available to more people, then good. I think the competition will do its job long term. I mean, we could probably use 3 or 4 sat providers. We don't need just 2.
Mm-hmm. I hope they haunt each other's dreams. I do.
Bezos is probably somewhere on a yacht right now, just slinging it, and
right?
He's like, we got to get these satellites going.
We got to get these Leo sats going. Yeah, exactly.
I need internet while I'm, boating over the Atlantic. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. You guys ready for this next one?
Yep.
The United Kingdom joins the mmWave party. mmWave is going to the UK. Mobile network operators will be launching in the 26 and 40 gigahertz bands. I'm not sure what the band numbers are there. I know that 28 gigahertz here is N261. And 39 gigahertz here is N260. But I don't know what the UK does, so we'll have to look on like Wikipedia or something. Let's see here. Currently, the UK is using 700 megahertz for low band 5G. They're using 3.6 to 3.8. That's C band. They did all that back in 2021. So now they're going to add mmWave. All right, so the first thing I thought about was the O2 Arena. Then I started thinking about just all over London, Manchester, those soccer stadiums where they seat 100,000 people. I feel like mmWave is a must at any football stadium across the globe.
I disagree with that. I feel like if you have a good DAS system, you don't need it. There's places where they don't have mmWave, but you get 400 or 500 down, and you have a DAS system, and it works perfectly.
Sir, Ashay, sir.
Yes.
Are you aware of how many people get into soccer stadiums in Europe?
We just had soccer over here, and in
how many people were there, sir?
Ben Stadium. I forgot.
How many people were there, sir?
I don't know how many people are there. I have to look.
Sir, I need answers.
Oh, snaps.
I would have to look that up.
Bro, I'm not exaggerating. There are 100,000 people at these soccer stadiums.
It's like Super Bowl size pretty much over there. In the UK, it's really bad.
Every week.
It's like religion.
Yeah.
So that means, are they having problems before?
Well, why are they investing in mmWave?
Why haven't they done this earlier? If you think about it, this mmWave has been out for a long time. They should have done this earlier.
And I bet you that they've been congested.
It's been congested.
Bro, over there.
We don't know the truth. That's the only thing.
Okay. Friendly bet, bro. I buy you a coffee, you buy me a coffee. Networks get congested at the O2 Stadium and the O2 Arena.
I bet they get congested.
Think about it. How many people go there just for the fights, bro?
Yeah, they got fights too. They do a lot of boxing. Yeah, they love boxing.
No, I'm talking about it during the game, bro.
Oh, yeah, they do fight. Facts. Yeah, Man City, Man U, Liverpool.
United, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Manchester United fan. Yeah, it's huge over there. It's, I as far as why they didn't do this earlier, I think I have a feeling King Charles is like, well, we need faster speeds. It'll hag us out now.
Oh damn.
They're saying that the biggest problem is uplink. They say that the millimeter wave will fix the uplink issues.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it. Like it's this isn't going to be hard to do. They're trying to cover an island, a very very small island, and the cool part is all that millimeter wave is going to be reflective, kind of like off the water, right? So this is going to be really really fun for them. Yeah, I mean, I never been to England, but it's going to be soccer fans will definitely enjoy it for sure. Well, UK will.
I just don't know about the phone situation. Are they getting models that support the millimeter wave?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they will. I mean, they will be, right? So pretty much like in Europe, everything is based on Exynos, right? They weren't privy to a Qualcomm chipset, unless they bought it, but no, all European, all Asian models, they all have Exynos, right? So the Samsung was actually saying like their future, I think I'm trying to remember the model numbers, like the 5200, the 5300s, those will be supporting the millimeter wave. Hopefully, I don't know about next year, but definitely for sure in 2025, for sure.
See how fast they can build it.
All right.
I mean, if they just start at the hotspots, they can address it pretty quickly in areas that need it, right? You start in the areas of need, and then you work your way to become more proactive, right? There comes a point where you can be proactive. You're like, okay, well, we're seeing spikes in usage across all these areas. The nice thing about 5G, Zero Cool, everything is software defined. All the diagnostics, all the control, the network slicing, you can start adjusting and modifying where the resources need to go, payloads and all that stuff. So
right, exactly. So I mean, you can look at Open RAN architecture, right? You can look at the KPIs, the performance indicators. You can say, hey, here's the hotspots. Here's where we need more of it. Here's where we need to adjust on antennas or frequency or new azimuths or what have you. So it's gonna be interesting, and I'm glad they're actually they're getting on board. So this will make it again like a lot of fun to go to the UK for sure.
Allison, you know what I think the trouble is? And what Allison is talking about here, infrastructure not as good as the US. It's probably not as good as the metro US, right? Like when you look at major cities, we've got all types of fiber everywhere. But rural America in the US is no better. You've got a lot of areas that are still on microwave backhaul. That's a US problem. That's, I'm sure, also in the UK, where the backhaul is limited. Maybe it's 1 gig circuits, across the board. It's not like the United Arab Emirates where they got freaking 50 gig circuits across the entire country because the country is the size of Delaware.
Jesus, 50 gig backhauls.
Why? Yeah.
Also, what up, stream?
What up, man?
Nothing much. Just was on the Google Meets of the world talking about millimeter wave inside of Apple.
Hold on a second, bro. How you going to be in the Google Meets when I shared the stream link in Google Meets?
Oh shit!
I'm in two places at once, sir. I'm a magic person.
Now
I'm like
I'm
like Santa Claus up in this.
Damn, son.
He's trying to say he's a Houdini, man.
No,
I know some people. Some people are down on millimeter wave. I think it's magic.
Oh yeah.
I think it's an absolute cheat code. You know what it is?
I want to see more of it.
Did you guys ever play NBA Jam as kids?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I know where you're going with this.
Okay,
Yeah.
NBA Jam.
Now I know.
Listen, hear me out on this, right? NBA Jam is after you make that third 3-pointer in a row and the ball is on fire.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're hitting the shot from like 50 feet away, not giving a damn where you are, and the shit's going in, son. That is millimeter wave. You are on fire and you are heat checking from like half court, and you don't give a damn because it's going in, dog.
Sneed, like I upload per week, no joke, around 12 to 15
He's
gigs.
on fire.
I upload 10 to 15 gigs per week to YouTube for other video projects. And I want to see mmWave because the whole time going to Orlando, it was a 2-hour trip, and I kept it running from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. A little bit of T-Mobile and 90% Verizon, 10% T-Mobile, and it only went 30% in the whole 4 hours.
So I kind of want to make a quick comment about this mmWave. So this is all going to be all linked up, and what I mean by this is, Amazon Verizon, they're using the mmWave for the for the uplink rate for the Project Kuiper. UK's doing mmWave. You're going to have eventually, probably when 6G gets here, a global mmWave shared access roaming, right? Where you actually be able to tap into anybody's mmWave. Wouldn't that be nice? Like if you go
an
to
open platform.
Yes, yeah, that would be nice. So nice to have, and I think the carriers and telecom companies are trying to get there. Because you're right. mmWave is the game. It's the gold standard, and for you to be able to take your phone, whatever chipset it might be, Qualcomm or Ericsson or whatever, Samsung, whatever, it's going to be able to tap into that, right? So, especially from sat to phone and from carrier to carrier, right? So I think that we're getting there.
RFK Tech chimed in. Stop the 6G crap. We don't even have real 5G yet. Ricky, they let you out of the box.
I want to see 6G do 10 gigabits down, 3 gigabits up.
Listen, all I want is C-band on intercell aggregation. That's all I want.
Hey, Sneed, I want 1 terabit backhaul too.
Yeah, we're just gonna bond 10 100 gig backhauls for you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh man, I don't know, Allison. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. 10 gig is enough. Unless you're T-Mobile, then you need 20 gig.
Hey man, look, I really believe that the more often and frequently you're on mmWave as mmWave frequencies and channels, the better off you are. Right? You're connected to deeper channels, more bandwidth, lower latency. It's a higher frequency. It's the best case scenario if you're on it often.
Yep.
You go inside, fine. You move to a mid band. I'm just not. Some people are like, we need more low band. What?
And hey, Sneed, unless you're at my local Apple store, then you have mmWave inside.
Ooh.
You guys want to get a good use case here. All right, think about it. If you're in the UK, you go buy your Apple phone at the Apple store that's got mmWave inside the store. You go to the soccer game that has mmWave all around in the stadium. And then you have to go to the hospital because you got your butt kicked and you're going to have remote surgery using what? mmWave 5G.
Nah, Zero Cool. It's 6G.
Well, you know what I mean. Right?
Hey, big shout out to David. Thanks for the coffee, man. He got me the cafe. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, got me some caffeine, bro. You got to keep me caffeinated and motivated, dog.
Bruh, I would be up all night if I had coffee right now, but I got 2 videos to film, and then I got to edit someone else's video, so I'm going to be busy tonight.
Quick question for you guys. For those of you that have Verizon and use the ultra-wideband service, rumor has it is that they're now metering 5G UW as data usage. Can anyone confirm that?
What?
That's what people are saying. So I'm trying to figure out if that is indeed the case.
That they're doing what?
I'm not heard of that yet.
They're starting to count and meter 5G UW usage.
Well, I see it on my thing where it shows how much you use, on 5G UW.
Is that what you mean?
Is it counting towards the prio and stuff like that as usage?
Oh God, bro.
Is it something worth exploring?
I've seen it a little bit on my on my Beyond Unlimited plan. Because that one,
Beyond Unlimited,
that one's after 22 gigs is subject to network management on the LTE side.
okay.
But I have seen it a little bit where it drops a little.
I have never felt any type of deprive on my 2017 plan.
But Sneed, you're also in a very good Verizon market
on the
that must keep a
2017
full
plan.
upload.
I've seen it on the 2017 plan recently too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but I
It's
never
not
felt it.
bad. Yeah,
I've never
you don't
felt
feel
it.
You don't feel it, but unless you do a stupid speed test.
Yeah, but I do speed tests all the time while I'm mobile. I usually don't speed test when I'm like at work or home because, I mean, these are sites that I know.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
Sneeds, that person blows through 250 gigs of speed test data per month.
Like right now, I think my billing cycle is like a week in, and it says I've used 7.5 gigs of data.
Yeah.
That seems low.
Yeah, because it counts ultra wideband. It'll be separately.
Yeah, but how do I view that?
Yeah, on the 2017 and the 2005, it doesn't discrete it. It just counts it all as one.
Another update. Twitter has officially deactivated two-factor authentication unless you have Twitter Blue.
Yay!
Well, I'm good then.
That's what they made security keys for.
Yeah, so I don't know if that bothers anybody.
See, because on mine it shows it like this, Need. I don't know if you're able to see that. Hold on, let me turn up the brightness. That'll help. So this is the Beyond Unlimited.
How do I get you in this? Let's see if I can. Okay. Try it again, Los. Yeah, it's too small.
So it shows 4G LTE, and then it shows 5G ultra wideband.
Yeah, when I click on my line, it just says the total data.
Yeah, that's what it does on the 2017 plan. I noticed that.
So I can't see it separated, I guess. Maybe on the website if I go to the web.
Never tried that actually.
Okay,
So
I'll have to check it out. I'll log in and see if any of that changes. All right, Los. Last story, and then we're gonna open up the lines. We're gonna open up the calling lines. All right, Carlos, you are going to be buying, lining up for the multi-gig.
Yeah, right.
Cox Communications. So, are you excited, bro, to get that service?
Yeah. Yeah, you can suck a fat one. That's gonna be you, bro.
Hey,
hey, you do it. I do it. Until then, you're gonna have to pound sand and do it yourself.
You traitor! I'm mad at Cox right now.
Listen,
that's the name of their DOCSIS 4.0. Suck a fat one, isn't it?
Oh,
bro, Cox is such trash. I don't care how fast it gets with DOCSIS. I don't care.
Bro, Cox
I don't care.
Between Dish and Cox and another provider, I don't get to experience CBRS in my area.
Here's how bad Cox Communications is. If AT&T raised the price on me 3 times, I would still not change to Cox.
All right, everyone, mark that clip because it's now documented.
Bro, if I said it, I meant it.
Okay.
Yeah, Los is going to get the triple play from Cox.
Oh!
He's going to get triple Cox.
Hell no, bro. You're smoking a good one. This damn GoPro is just... I got to figure it out later.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but now you kind of have like a little bit of a white blowout going on.
Yeah, that's I'm using the regular camera.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately.
Hey, whatever. I mean, it's a nice background.
Yeah, bro. I'm not going to be. I mean, Carlos, you can line up. Go to the Cox store and sign up for this. So when it's available, you can have it, bro.
You can suck a fat one on that one. No way.
Come on, Carlos.
Yeah, right.
Yo, Los, you think they're still mad about you ripping out the fiber out of the ground?
Bro, from what I heard is they're having issues with the fiber in the neighborhood.
Oh,
Well, you wouldn't know about it because you don't have them anymore.
No, but the few neighbors that do have them, they actually tell me about it. They tell
Are
me
you
that
surprised?
they tell me that it keeps cutting out. They're saying that there's feedback and they don't know what it is, but I know what it is. It's because when I ripped everything out.
What?
damn.
Oh yeah, I screwed them up, bro. I screwed them up
Straight up?
because when I took it out too, I grabbed because it wouldn't. The rest of it wouldn't rip off, so I grabbed my blowtorch and then I torched it.
Oh.
It's fiber,
Damn,
bro. You know.
Did they want to like charge you for the repair technician to go out there and fix it?
Yep. And I got tired of not getting what I was promised. Hardline, not Wi-Fi like how other people judge it. Hardline.
He torched it.
But I didn't have the DOCSIS version of Cox. I had the fiber version of Cox.
And he still torched it.
I still torched that son of a bitch. They had to go, bro. Had to go.
That's crazy, Doug.
Need Cox.
Well, I mean, can they charge you for the repairs, like legally or whatever, or in the terms of service or something?
No comprende. I don't speak English.
No comprende.
Carlos gets ultra Cuban.
Oh.
Oh man.
Bro, I don't care. At the end, I don't care, bro. They can go pound sand. It wasn't my property, so that shit had to go.
Appreciate you, Allison. Thanks for supporting, becoming a member. Thank you. It's really nice of you. Oh man.
I gave them a shot, bro. I gave them shots. I kept calling, getting it fixed. And bro, how the hell am I paying for 1 gig by 100 up? And I'm only getting like 300-400 down. And this is hardline. I'm not talking about Wi-Fi, bro. Hardline. 3 to 4 or 80-ish up. Or I mean down. And only like about 45-50 up.
Hey, that sounds like DOCSIS, but fiber. It's 5.0.
Yeah, but it's not that uplink is it's not good enough for how much you're paying.
Well, the thing, yeah, I was paying $169 because I had to pay the additional $50 for the unlimited data, and then on top of it, tell me this, bro. This is the kicker, bro. If I want a symmetrical 1 gig up and down, I had to make a business account, and with a business account,
Was your bill double?
Yeah, it was going to be $399 a month.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Tone. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being a member. Thanks to all my members. Big shout out to the patrons too. Thank you guys. Terrible. It's not a good company. You know, they just don't do things right. Anytime a competitor comes into their market, they like just pack up their stuff and go. AT&T came to my neighborhood and Cox raised pricing. Like what? That doesn't even make any sense. They went up $25 a month across the board on all plans when AT&T went live here.
Wow.
T-Mobile's taking shots at Cox down in Marion County, Florida.
Oh, they're taking their customers, dude.
No, they're like literally saying you don't want to have the fear of price hikes. Come to T-Mobile. We guarantee it.
And people switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they're doing it over the radio right now too.
Oh damn! So they're advertising across multiple channels.
Yeah, they're advertising heavily on our country radio stations around here too. T-Mobile coming after Cox's wolf tickets and lunch money.
RFK says Comcast and T-Mobile are sisters of the Magenta garbage.
Comcast is not bad if you have a good infrastructure. Mine's kind of iffy right now. That's me and Comcast are like a rough marriage, if you want to call it that way.
Damn, would Ricky switch to T-Mobile if they ran fiber to the Keys?
Oh.
Hey, you know what, bro? If it was fiber and it actually worked and it was decent, I wouldn't even give a damn, bro. Fiber is fiber.
Yeah.
And if a person says no, then they're full of smoke.
Yeah, they ain't keeping it real.
Because as long as they're keeping it, they're keeping real. It's a real fiber connection and it's good quality, not going down and shit. It's worth it. Doesn't matter if it's from T-Mobile or not.
Gene chimes in. He says, "Be glad Cox isn't available here. Comcast, the main provider in Northern Delaware. Any other providers there? I feel like Fios might be there. Maybe. Ricky doesn't want to be hacked, so no go on T-Mobile apparently.
It doesn't matter. You're already hacked. If you ever applied for the service in the last 15 years or whatever, you've been hacked. Oh well, you've been part of the. This is how I look at it, bro. You've been part of the Experian hack. You've been part of all these hacks. Like if it means to have a fiber connection, I'll do it. But other than that, that's it. Like to have their cell phone service, no way. But if it's fiber to my house, that's different, bro. It's better than suffering with fixed wireless, bro, and all that crap.
Sucks.
Carlos, if you get a chance, look at the private chat.
Ricky says skunk-a-doodle-doo.
Oh, of course.
Unfortunately, it's true, bro. He ain't lying. All our stuff is. Fortunately.
Man, I get N25 on T-Mobile. It's not bad. It's helping in 71.
Allison's already been hacked 17 times. She doesn't care. She's like, oh well. Whatevs. Oh man.
That's what they make Norton for.
Just that whole apathy to it, man. It's just so frustrating. You got to watch consumers kind of navigate the world unprotected.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just freeze everything. Go to your Experian, your TransUnion, just freeze it all.
I mean, don't you guys know T-Mobile's starting a new antivirus? It's going to be on the T-Mobile Tuesdays app.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Oh my God.
I
was about to say, bro, this is April. They're setting up for April Fools here in about a week.
Right, exactly. Well, hey, Sneed, I got to bounce, man. I'll get some late night food. So,
all right, enjoy Zero Cool.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, guys. See you.
Los, we are approaching the 1 hour mark, sir. Are we getting queued up?
Let me grab a drink. Oh, it's already queued up. Let me grab a drink real quick, and then we'll get it going.
Dynamite.
You should have cashed in some of the codes for T-Mobile to get a $3.14 pizza at Little Caesars.
Bro, listen.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro. First of all, this is gonna be a spicy hot take.
Oh.
All right, are you ready?
Give it, sir. It's been kind of cold in Florida.
All right, listen. Pizza sucks as a food. Pizza is trash, bro.
How dare you talk about New York City like that?
I don't care where it's from. I don't care if it's from Italia. I don't care if it's from Brooklyn. I don't care if it's from Midway. All right, from Chicago. I don't care. Pizza is trash. It is a horrible food. It is just a bunch of carbs, and it's just diarrhea in a box, bro.
Diarrhea in a box.
Straight up, bro. Yep. Now, if it's homemade pizza, okay, fine. That's acceptable.
But it's $3.14. It'd be good during the
Bro,
inflation.
you're better off taking that $3.14, saving it till the next day when you got more money and buying real food.
Oh yeah, the Trick Ronald's down the street. Okay, cool.
No, don't do that. No, don't take it to the Trickin' with the Ronalds.
What about the Wendy's of the world?
Look, Anthony. Let me tell you like this, dog. Domino's,
okay,
is not even like real pizza. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I kind of could agree with this one. That ain't a hot take.
Now, some pizzas are acceptable, right? Like from like a legit pizzeria where they make the dough, all the ingredients are fresh, legitimate mozzarella.
Like my local pizza place.
Sure. But like all this stuff that they're making at these chains, dog, there's no taste. It's just calories. You're literally eating it to just put something on your stomach.
Sounds amazing.
Nah, dog. Ah,
That's fair.
like we got a local spot that does like, New York style pizza. It's delicious. It's super thin. The flavor is great. The sauce is good. The cheese tastes legitimate.
But I need them calories on my stomach, especially when I have to go speed test T-Mobile's network.
Well, most of the chains, bro, are trash, dog, and it's the truth.
It's true. It's true. I'm joking, but yeah, it's true. That's sad.
Look, you got Ricky trying to eat chef salads and steaks and some scrimps. Straight up scrimping, pimping.
And he's gonna have for dessert the T-Mobile strawberry shortcake.
Straight up.
Baby.
Right. I don't know what's gonna be on the T-Mobile Tuesday app for you, dog, but I don't know. Maybe you can get some of that over there, possibly.
Wait, what? All right, we're ready.
All right, folks, let's put up the number. Los, what number we using, dog?
Same one, bro.
Same one. Hotlines are open.
Yeah, they're actually open. They've been open.
I know when the hotline bling.
I know that
can only mean one thing.
Donate to Sneed's coffee pot so he can get a pizza.
All right, folks, there is one request that we will make for all call-ins. It must be on a cellular line or a landline. It cannot be a voice over IP. Sprite.
Yeah, we're kind of cutting down a little bit on that. We're drinking more coffee.
You're getting off the dark.
Mm-hmm. And when you make a call, please do not be opening or closing your garage door.
Yo, what up, Brian? What's going on, bro? Yo, Brian, it's been a while, bro. Call in, dog.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. David chimes in. Cover your ears, boys and girls. About to get real up in here.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, dude. No, David.
Hey, RFK, if you can't use a cellular line or a landline, don't call, dog. Just keep typing in the live chat.
We know who. I know who he is, so it don't matter. He can call it.
I know. Ricky's just being difficult.
I know. He just
Ricky, get the F on, dog.
He likes to play difficult, but it's all right, bro. It's Ricky. We love him, man.
Brian, the number is 702-605-6551. 702-605-6551. Getting all up in it. In the cellular hour.
The phone call indicator, it's magenta color. Dang, Sneed.
Straight up. Hey, are we still doing the Verizon hold music?
It should be the T-Mobile hold music at this rate since it's pink.
We got to do the Boost Mobile hold music. Please wait while we get hacked with ransomware.
Oh, damn.
See you in 2 weeks, dog.
You in a month, baby.
Bro, you know what's crazy? There are still people going through stuff with the company. Like, they got to go into the store and still try to fix. I just was talking to a dealer today.
We got a call.
Oh, we got a call. You want to queue it up, Lo?
Mr. Bryant.
Bryant, what up?
VA. All right, let's get him on.
No, Bryant, let's do it.
All right. You're on the lot. You're on the air. How you doing?
Sneed, Los, everybody, what's going on?
How you doing, Brian? Bro?
I'm doing all right, man. Just actually getting off work. So I've been a long day. I've been grinding since about 5:30 this morning. So I'm exhausted.
I respect it, man. You know, hard work pays off. You know, you're putting in the time. And you know, I always tell people you get it while the getting's good, because there may come a day where it ain't there, you know.
Brian,
absolutely, absolutely.
You're not the only one that's been up since 5:30. I'm kind of whooped.
Word. Same. Okay. Somebody else been burning the midnight oil. That's good.
That's right.
Early bird gets the worm.
Absolutely. Every time, man. Every time. So what's the topic for today, guys? What are we talking about?
All right, so we were talking about mmWave going to UK, and we were also discussing Cox Communications going with multi-gig. We didn't really care too much because it's a crap company. But we also talked about
about that.
Project Kuiper. And the one thing that we didn't really talk about, because, basically we were just discussing it as a home internet option. But I also think that it means something for Verizon and their partnership with Amazon and Project Kuiper, because those LEO satellites may be Verizon's answer to connectivity in areas where there is no terrestrial service. So any takes
Exactly
on
what
those
the
things,
answer's probably
Brian,
gonna be,
have at
yeah.
it, man.
Yeah, man. That project is definitely going to be important for what Verizon's trying to get done. Trying to be able to offer, service to anybody. I think it makes a lot of sense. It sounds like, based on what, Kyle Mullady and some of the technology leaders at Verizon were saying, they're probably going to use it just as backhaul as opposed to doing the whole internet calling thing. I support that decision, just because, you want to try to have the RF as close to the customer as possible. It provides the best experience that you can get. So it's probably best, in my opinion, to deploy it as simply backhaul only, as opposed to trying to do satellite calling. But yeah, anything that can be done to get more coverage out there to the masses, I'm all for it. It's great.
So let me ask you this, Brian. You're mentioning the backhaul. What frequencies will Verizon have Kuiper produce that backhaul?
That's a great question, and I actually don't have an answer for you, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
me neither. I'm thinking to myself, is it going to be millimeter wave? They have a lot of licenses. Are they going to use mid-band frequency because they have 200 megahertz across many parts of the country? But I feel like that's not really what that spectrum was intended to be used for. It should probably be the higher frequencies.
Well, I know that Verizon's talked a little bit about having millimeter wave possibly serve as having some backhaul functionalities. So that sounds like that's something to be exciting. But I don't know what's going to be best. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some of the low band may be best in order to be able to travel that distance. But I don't know, to be honest with you, Sneed. That makes sense. Millimeter wave if you can do it, but I'm not sure if it has the range to go where we need it to go. But I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, they got licenses. They got a lot of spectrum. They were pretty active at the millimeter wave auctions, and then they also acquired millimeter wave through some acquisitions of companies, right? So they came with holdings, right?
Yeah, man. When they originally bought the first swath of spectrum, my goodness, I forgot the name of the company, but it's actually based in my hometown back in Virginia, Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool to kind of see it get deployed and be able to kind of be, I guess, one of the first early adopters, getting the phone and everything that had the capability. So it's been cool. I still, me, Sneed, I'm a Verizon guy. Just like Dennis is an AT&T guy. I'm not sure which one of the guys on the panel is a T-Mobile guy, but I'm definitely rocking the red and whatever. So.
Oh yeah, we got Carlos is a T-Mobile guy, Austin's a T-Mobile guy, Brandon is more of like a Nextel kind of guy. I mean, we got a panel that's mixed up today.
Man, you really smoking it today, Steve.
Yeah, you smoking the pipe, bro. And we got another caller.
You need to try out Cox. You need to try out Cox now.
You want me to put the color on the
people put in the chat now, #Sneed needs to use Cox.
Listen, man. Listen, we need to get Keon on here, master of the magenta thong, to represent for the thong, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tag him.
Yes. He represents it.
I cannot stand that company, man. Cannot stand that company, man. Oh, my
Brandon, get Keon. Go find him.
Bro, he's giving Mitchell a tour.
Oh, come on, bro.
Oh, damn.
God damn, son.
Yo, breaking news. Rolando breaking the story. Band 48 in Round Rock, Texas right now, son. Oh, damn.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
What's up,
do you
man?
want me to bring Mr. Joshua on the line too?
Yo, Josh, get in.
He's very civil, so with two callers will be fine.
Okay, let's do it.
Mr. Headset, you're on the line, Mr. Headset.
Mr. Headset.
Hold on, let me shake off that hold music.
You guys really got to change that.
Oh my
Get
god.
some- y'all need to get some-
Dardos,
you-
he's using the hashtag Sneed needs to use Cox Mobile. No, sir.
Oh,
No, sir.
he needs
No.
that triple play.
Yeah,
That's
not
right.
acceptable.
No, sir. Thank you.
Let's need.
I appreciate it.
Let's face it, bro. What's the difference between that and Adderton X?
Oh,
See why you got to take it there right now? Why you got to do that while we're on the live stream? Why couldn't you do this in the Google Meets? Why is it got to be all public?
Brett
Yeah.
being public. He's just only backstage hunting for them picnic baskets.
Hey, boo boo. Time to get to the picnic basket.
I mean, it real talk. I mean, Brandon, you're not that off, right? Like they're both on the Verizon network as the MNO,
Yeah.
you know, and they're both on a very modest experience, right? You've got a
Right.
certain amount of gigs of usage, and you know, obviously it's deprioed and all those things. But
Deprioed.
bro, I have postpaid Verizon account. Like I have good lines of access, so I don't feel compelled to try out 100 different types of Verizon. You know,
I mean, it really doesn't make sense when I mean you use the network to its full potential versus like being limited to something and paying less.
I mean, unless it's a budget thing, like you literally are
Yeah.
just looking to save the money, and that's your primary focus. Which Brian's talked about this
Would you
before.
look-
You know, he's talked about how there's ways
Would
to
you-
get Verizon a little bit cheaper. You know,
Yeah, I mean, would you look at that? You know, another MVNO decides, hey, I want to go with Verizon over anybody else. I mean, the writing's on the wall, man. These companies continue to choose Verizon over the competitors. I mean, you know, these government contracts. I know, Sneed, you talked a lot the last few days about how AT&T is making some headway in the government space. And to their credit, they definitely are.
Mhm.
But Verizon's still king for a lot of these entities that that you know really value putting together a solid network, a solid connection,
and
Verizon's still
solutions,
king, man. For all of
and
the
business and,
Yeah, man.
and enterprise solutions. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, you know,
but-
for all of the talk that's out there, for all of the churn and Verizon's going down, all this stuff, it really is, in my opinion, very much so overblown. If you look at the fourth quarter, you know, financials and the results and everything, it wasn't Verizon that led the churn, you know, that led the industry in churn. It was T-Mobile. So, I mean, you know, Verizon's churn has been elevated, but they did better than T-Mobile did fourth quarter. You know, they were able to keep their customers. They were able to gain some. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, network performance is most important. Of course, customer service, all that stuff, it matters too, definitely. But there's a reason why Verizon is still killing the game, better network than everybody else, still has more customers than everybody else. I mean, you can't argue with that. They got the most customers, they got the most profitability. Because of that, they built the best network. And then when you talk about the network leadership, they just don't seem to make very many mistakes. I mean, to me, you know, as far as this 5G rollout, they reached 200 million customers, 200 million pops. What? In what, 13 months? Is that right, Steve?
13 months.
And then
That's
when you
right.
talk about
Yep.
they're doing that in the midst of trying to, you know, also roll out files. You know, they're expanding that joint within their ILEC footprint. I mean, who else? What other company is doing both at the same time?
You want to
No
hear
other
something
company is
really
doing that.
impressive,
They
Brian? You want to hear something really impressive?
Yeah.
There's
got
markets like Cleveland, which used to be Nokia markets for Verizon. They've been converted to Samsung
Yep.
through this whole process. Could you imagine how
All
problematic
that.
and how confusing and unpredictable and random that could be? Right? Like AT&T
Mhm.
didn't have to go through that, right? They stuck with Nokia through and through. No changes.
Yep.
You know, T-Mobile's been Nokia here,
Nothing with
right?
T-Mobile.
They haven't changed anything. So they're just overlaying radio gear on top of existing radio gear. Meanwhile, I think Verizon has had to do more, and it's on them. You know, they decided to go with Samsung and move away from Nokia. So it's on them. That's their decision, but they have handled it.
And handled it well, and they continue to win these Root Metrics awards. They continue to, you know, roll out C-Man at this breakneck pace. They're doing the mmWave stuff. I already talked about the files. They got, you know, the One Fiber program going on. I mean, there's too many reasons, in my opinion, to be a Verizon customer for me to ever not be a Verizon customer. I'm willing to pay the extra $5 a month that it costs to get the 5G Get More plan as opposed to Magenta MAX to get everything I just mentioned. It's a $5 difference. What are we talking about right now? It's a $5 difference. All of this stuff, cheap price, it's overblown.
Yeah, but there's
in my
free,
opinion, and I don't.
but there's free lines involved with that T-Mobile that creates massive value for someone who, gets 3 lines and only 2 of them are paid.
Very true. There are ways to circumvent the system where you have the ability to be able to save that money, but for me personally, I don't personally think it's worth it. I need to have my phone work, and I don't know if you ask 10 out of 10 people, they all say I need my phone to work. But based on the decisions that it seems like people make, man, people are talking on both sides of their neck. For me, I really do need my phone to work, so I'm willing to pay the extra $5. I don't need to have free this and free that. I don't need T-Mobile Tuesdays or any of that. No, I have the value that I need and the network performance that I get. And then you got a bunch of perks that come with the 5G Get More plan too. Like what else do I need? What else do I need, Steve?
Yeah, for some people though, that's AT&T, not Verizon, because in some markets,
and that's okay. That makes sense. I agree. But AT&T's price.
Hey Brian, what about the customer service?
What about it? Let's talk about it, because I think that's overblown as well. And again,
hell no. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Brian, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. It is not overblown. Customer service at Verizon is currently a major problem.
I don't know, man.
I hear Cox has better customer service than Verizon.
I don't want to cast any aspersions on anybody else's, experience, because I know Sneed has talked at length about his experiences as far as Verizon customer service. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have not had any issues at all.
You're blessed.
I've called in recently
to be able.
I guess I am. I don't know, man. I guess I am. I recently bought the I bought the Razer Edge, the game, the 5G gaming system. I added the line. There was a promotion going on, like in January, whatever the case may be. I bought that. There was a promotion. There were like 3 promotions that you were supposed to get. Taking money off the cost of the device, activation fee, all that kind of thing. With activation fee come. Say again.
Does it vibrate?
Does it vibrate? Yeah, it's got the haptic feedback and all that stuff. So I'm enjoying it and everything. Okay. But the $35 activation fee came up on the bill, and it wasn't supposed to. So I called in. They took care of it very quickly, right during that call. I mean, it was quick. So I haven't had any issues at all. My billing has been correct. Outside of that activation fee that they corrected the first time I called and let them know about it. My bill has been consistent so far. I mean, I have no problems at all. I haven't had any issues. I told Sneed last time we spoke, I got the S23 at the same time as I got the Razer Edge, the S23 Ultra. That's been working great. I got no issues, man. I guess, like you said, maybe I'm blessed, but I can't be the only person.
You're blessed, bro. Because I had an issue, bro, big time with them. They told me that it was my fault. I was being billed $30 for a $10 premium. How do you call it? The premium streaming on my 2017 plan, and I didn't even realize that I was paying this money for the last 2 years. Until one day, I just decided to check my bill, and bro, it took the office of the president for them to fix it, and they had to eat crow and basically give me 2 free S23 Ultras. I'm not talking about bill credits monthly. I'm talking about their mine right now. If I cancel Verizon, I don't owe them a dime. And then they had to give me on top of it an extra $2,000 in credits. I haven't paid Verizon in a couple months on my personal account just because of the mistakes.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but dang, that is a heck of a double. I'm sorry. Yeah. Here's something to try to compensate. I mean, free phones, you got $2,000. I mean, that's a lot.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry it happened to you, Los.
Because I was literally at the AT&T store. I was getting ready to leave as a 22. They even told me, they're like, we don't want to lose a 22-year, 10-month, and 17-day customer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lose it either. So, yeah, man. I'm glad that you were able to get something resolved. Jeez.
I think that
all those years.
This might be controversial, but I think Verizon is becoming the new AT&T as far as billing goes, because I've never had issues with billing with Verizon in just the past couple of years. It's just.
I've not had any problems either. I don't know, but I mean, to each his own. Everybody's, yeah.
All right, so hear me out, guys.
The past 2.
I'm in the same camp as Josh, and here's how and why. I maybe had to call Verizon customer care 3 times in 15 years. 3 times.
Yeah, same here.
3 frickin' times. And then in the last 2 years, I've had to call maybe 7 times. And every single time I had to call, it was not resolved. It needed a second call, a third call. Some of these things went on for weeks. Weeks, sir.
Yeah,
months. 2-3 months trying to get credits, trying to process a return. Like, if I didn't annotate, if I didn't document, I was going to be out like thousands of dollars. And I'm not even joking. When I had a SIM issue because Verizon's system failed while converting to eSIM, I got moved around at least 4 times and nobody knew what the hell they were doing. So, Allison, I want to comment to what you're saying. At one time, you were correct. All of the employees at Verizon were highly trained and experienced. But for the last 5 times I've had to call Verizon, I promise you, each one of those interactions was with someone who was not properly trained because they couldn't even get me to the right place. Forget solving the problem. Just get me to the right person. They couldn't do that.
Hey, Sneed, remember when we when you bought your what do you call it, the 14 Pro Max, bro? And then when you switched it out of nowhere, they blacklisted your phone, and it was a mess to get it fixed because it even because Sneed has a line, he has his line, and then he has a line with my 05 plan, so you can have the true unlimited hotspot and everything. And literally, bro, like both the lines got cut down, both our accounts went to fraud, bro, and it was a mess, bro. And it was because they screwed up. And when they submitted the eSIM to transfer from his 13 Pro Max to his 14 Pro Max, somehow they put it on the hot list. And it was a mess, bro. Like literally both our accounts got shut down. It was crazy, bro.
Bro, I've never seen anything. I've never seen such a precipitous dip from legendary customer care. I'm telling you, when I used to call Verizon, everything stopped. Everything happened that needed to happen like instantly. And they were kind, courteous, respectful. They respected my time. Now they shit on me.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Sneed. I agree with you. It seems like there has been a little bit of a degradation, but we've talked about this before. Prices have gone down.
I got a poll up, Brian. You can vote if you like. I got a poll up right now. How's Verizon's customer care been for you lately? So for people that are customers, your options are it's fine, same as always, it's worse than before, or it's becoming unbearable. So really the only people who really probably should be voting are people that have had them recently and previously so they can compare. So hopefully we've got some people who could chime in.
And then Allison says that I had work shortly as a Verizon.
But she trained as a tier 2 tech. Tier 2 techs can do the most.
Yeah.
They're America.
Yeah.
But the key word is work shortly. So she may have been laid off.
Any of the network.
It's just overseas.
43% so far say it's fine, same as always, and 35% unbearable. It's worse than before, 22%. So far it's been up for about 5 minutes. 23 votes. 43% of people feel like I do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And I'm going to tell you why. 35% say it's becoming unbearable. That is the worst rating you can get. That's 1/3, right? If I add the 22% saying it's worse than before, that is a majority, sir. A majority say it's worse.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. It is worse than before, but pricing is also cheaper. Like you, okay? So Sneed, maybe I'm crazy. Just hear me out.
No, you're not crazy. What you smoking, bro?
No,
Brian, hear me out. Brian, how is it cheaper than it was 2 years ago? And you're still
let him say his piece.
Value?
Let him say his piece, Bree. Let him say.
Go ahead.
You gotta rewind back a little bit further because 2 years ago, we were still kind of on this downward trend from a customer service standpoint. But back when Sneed, at least from my vantage point, back from where Sneed's talking about, where customer service is absolutely pristine, you got to go back about 5, 7, 8, maybe even 10 years.
Yes.
And back during those times, unlimited talk and text plan on a basic phone was $90 a month. $90. unlimited talk and text, basic phone, $90, no discount. Back then, you had the 900-minute talk and text plan. It was $79.99. You had the 5 friends and family. That was the highest plan you could get on a single line that would allow a discount. No unlimited talk and text. Smartphone, basic phone, you got no discount. Customer service was excellent back then because customers were willing to pay for it. Now, fast forward to 2023, everybody's looking for a deal. Everybody's talking about, yo, I can get this, I can get this. And I mean, with the deals, these companies, it's not just Verizon. They are going to look for ways to cut costs. And a lot of times it comes to service. Sneed just made, video today about, indirect account managers at Verizon unfortunately losing their positions and whatnot. It sucks, man. You hate to see people lose their jobs.
That's part of
every company in America is looking. It's every company in America is looking for ways to cut costs. And a lot of times, the first thing they look for is how are we showing up for the customer. They're not going to cut the network. They're not going to cut network performance. We know that. So what else are they going to cut? How are we showing up for the customers? What ways can we show up for the customer and meet their need without having to spend as much as we're spending? Because again, going from $90 a month, unlimited talk and text, whether it's a basic phone, smartphone, no discounts, to now being able to get Verizon service for $25 a month via visible service, that's a huge decrease in cost. And they have to, it's the same network performance. You guys, we all talk about it all the time. Steve, maybe it is very difficult to tell the difference in network performance between a phone with visible service and a regular prepaid and postpaid account. I mean, if that's the case and you can get Verizon service for that inexpensive, do we really think that there's going to be no degradation in customer experience? There is going to be a degradation. That $25 price point that Visible is selling is with no customer service at all. So I mean, like, guys, I'm just being realistic. I mean, to me, there's going to be some degradation because the cost has gone down. They're not charging what they used to.
So Sneed, I kind of see his point, bro, because as coming from a person with a legacy plan like myself, he's right, bro. I have the nationwide 1400 plan with the unlimited data. I'm paying $50 just for the unlimited data feature, and then I'm paying just for the calling and texting $110 for the first 2 lines. So I see what he's talking about. Each line is $20 after that.
Yep.
Plus the $50 for the unlimited data.
Yeah, but that is their self-inflicted wounds. That's the structure of their business model. Their business model is increase ARPU and increase ARPA. They want are more lines.
Everybody's business model.
Huh?
That's everybody's business model, though, Steve.
Okay, but that's not our fault.
ARPA.
Well, since when did customers?
Well, I'm not saying
since when did customers dictate what carriers do?
It's nobody's fault.
Customers don't dictate what carriers do. Fault. Carriers don't even respond to what customers want. Carriers do what carriers do.
Of course they respond. But they
really
what happened? What happened? Yeah, of course they. So the price decreases that we talk about.
What year did Verizon do unlimited? What year did Verizon do unlimited?
Bro,
when we make an argument from the past that we run into a problem because like 10 years ago, I would say smartphones were kind of nascent at that point, and you didn't have that many people on the network using a smartphone, right? Because like I want to say they started coming out in 2007, 2010 when we first started.
Yeah, there were a lot of basic phones.
Yeah, you didn't start getting built-in momentum until 2014, 2015, 2016. And then it just blew up to 2016.
Yeah, there's truth to that. I think the smartphones, yep.
So now, whose customer service is better? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, whose customer service is better, AT&T or Verizon's?
None of the above.
AT&T has the worst billing system for sure, which demands the most out of their customer care.
T-Mobile actually has the best customer service. I can't believe I'm saying that. I feel dirty. I'm gonna go take a shower.
Probably true.
Wow.
But even their
survey. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize. I'm always going to say Sneed survey, 33 votes, and it's split a third on each one. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
wild.
wild.
Point. It's still 66. It's still 2/3 of people saying it's either worse or unbearable. So I concede your point, Sneed. But I'm just, 33. That's crazy.
So I look at it like this, Brian. So, and everybody's point, like, look at T-Mobile. Their customer service is even starting to degrade. I mean, yeah, it's still better out of the other two. Don't get me wrong, but it is still because they are starting to get. They're giving too much of that value where they're starting to feel and where they got to cut. And I kind of see it in both ways. I'm looking
Carlos,
at
here's the bottom line.
Well,
shit happens.
You're not a regional
Stuff happens
carrier.
on people's bills. Issues arise. A customer just needs a solution in an efficient manner. The right department needs to handle the problem. So if there's somebody who's routing calls that gets you to the right place and you can get to a solution in a respectable time frame, people can tolerate things, right? Like if I have to get moved around once to get to the right person to help me, I'm okay with that. If the call takes me 20, 30 minutes, fine. I've set aside that time. I don't want to call back 5 times, damn it. Hell to the no.
He's right. He's right.
I need a solution at
fair.
some point that day. At some point.
I agree with you, Sneed. I agree with you. All I'm saying is, to Sneed's point, I don't think that it's unreasonable to fulfill a request in one call. I don't know very many companies, though, where that's not the goal. What I'm saying, though, is when you pay less for a service that's giving you more, back during those days, $89.99 was getting you unlimited talk and text on a flip phone. You weren't getting any data at all. Now we got guys getting 4 gigabits down on their phones, like on the downlink. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, not just
we're paying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can switch carriers like you can switch underwear or songs if you're into that.
That's very true.
You got eSIM. I mean, you just go to the store and get a plastic thing.
Yep, I mean it's more competitive than it's ever been, but because of that competitiveness and because of where we are, and, as far as the technology and what everybody wants, prices have definitely dropped precipitously. And so with that, there's going to be a degradation in customer service across the industry. That's just the way it is. To me, what I have learned to do is I have learned to use my Verizon. I go online and I service my own account. And I only call when I absolutely have to. And most of the time I don't. So, I mean, a lot of customers are going that way. What's up, man?
Who has market share in your area?
I'm in New York, so everybody has a good network here for the most part. But,
so you got off.
No, that's Verizon and T-Mobile.
Yeah, I mean,
country.
This is New York. Yeah, man, this is New York. I mean, everybody's good here. So,
because
you got Fios here, you got, yeah.
Because I live like total opposite. I'm in the boonies. So Verizon was the king for the longest time, but now you're like getting to where the little band 13 or 1366 sites are starting to go, and so AT&T's come in because of FirstNet and built out. So now AT&T's becoming the king out here, and now all of a sudden. Breaking news: T-Mobile's starting to come out here, which I never thought they would. So, yeah,
and that's great. That's great. That's great for the consumer. I applaud it 100%. It's about time that other carriers compete with Verizon in some way, shape, or form.
That's right.
These carriers, AT&T included, have been allowing Verizon to take their lunch money for a decade plus. So it's about time they come and compete. It's about time. That's great for the consumer. That's great.
But what I'm saying is, I never thought I would see the day where like Verizon network's tanking. You know what I mean?
Well,
until 5G gets out here. So
I don't think that Verizon is doing anything horribly in those areas other than needing to upgrade the sites that they have. I mean,
need fiber out here. Yeah.
They probably
using microwave.
The sites may be using microwave. That may be true. But you know what, man? If Verizon's using microwave now and everybody else has fiber, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as they continue to expand, whatever small, lead that AT&T and T-Mobile have, it'll be short-lived. I mean, we're talking about by the end of the year, 250 million people, pops or whatever, supposed to be covered, with C-band. I'm sure Verizon is doing a full, refresh on just about every site that they're touching, that they can. So those things, it's short-lived. We're talking about these companies just now getting to rural areas and caring enough about the rural areas to invest in those parts of the country. And Verizon's been around for 20 plus years in its current form. So for them to just now be getting there, and we're only able to have those conversations for a few quarters, I mean, it's only a matter of time before Verizon fixes that. And then what? And when we're talking about, again, a $5 difference for 4 free lines or whatever in cost between the most expensive carriers, most expensive plan, and the least expensive carriers, most expensive plan, what are we talking about? It's a $5 difference. You're not saving much. You're not saving much at all by going to a lesser network. You're not saving much at all. I mean, you're just not.
Hey, big shout out to Jason D. Thank you for the super chat. Real quick, Josh, 1 second. How would you compare MVNOs to the major carriers customer support wise? I just straight up.
It meant to say ported out.
Ported out from Boost Infinite, and they were very helpful. I don't know, man. When it comes to MVNOs, customer support wise, some of them are very good. They know that in order for them to get business, they have to do something better for customers, right? Because network wise, it's only going to be as good as the MNO, and oftentimes lesser, because you're not going to get the same QCI and experience. So your customer care has to be on point, because it's a fierce market and margins are thinner, and it's just a little bit more cutthroat,
And Boost has customer care.
Apparently they do.
Mark my words, MVNO prices are going to increase in the next 24 months. They are going to increase. There's going to be a convergence in pricing between them, prepaid and postpaid. There's going to be a convergence. There's no way that you can offer.
Okay, Brian, I have to ask you something. Why is Visible getting cheaper and cheaper?
Say again?
Why is Visible getting cheaper and cheaper?
Thanks, Jason.
Well, they've eliminated the most expensive part of doing business, which is the customer interface. Everything is 100% digital. So they have more headspace to be able to make those types of decisions. They can do that because there's no stores, there's no customer care that you can call into. It's all digital. You service your own stuff. And I mean, that's how they're able to be flexible with the price point and still make a few dollars. It's probably not much, but when you don't have the overhead at all that you're worried about is just the network and getting people a phone and a SIM card. Not even a SIM card anymore, just a phone. So I think it's brilliant. And the fact that nobody's copied that, I mean, I think that's innovation on Verizon's part that should be applauded. No other carrier is doing it. They haven't even tried. So, I mean,
how many MVNOs do we actually have left that are not owned by a carrier? Like 4?
Yeah, TracFone was a big loss. I mean, that was huge. Big shout out to Jose. Thanks for the buy me a coffee. He hooked it up with some caffeine, keeping me caffeinated, motivated. Big shout out to Jose. Thank you, man.
Like Comcast, Charter, Consumer Cellular. I think there's another one.
Oh, damn, we got another one. This one from Franco. He bought me 3 coffees. Hey. Salute to you, Franco. Damn, bro. I'm about to go straight up caffeine machine, lean, mean, obscene, bro. Damn.
Heck yeah,
bro. Do your thing, Steve. Do your thing, yo.
You guys gonna have me making all types of content. I'll be live streaming until about 3 a.m, dog.
Oh shit, you heard him. You heard him. So Danny, hit me up on the Twitter DM, man. If you're here in town, we can link up. I'm probably gonna head over to the strip here in a few.
All right, so we got the poll is done, Bryant. 42% said it is becoming unbearable. 30% said worse than before. 27% same as always.
People switched up because I said something. I should have stayed quiet.
Well, it was pretty. You said it was even at the time. It was like split right down the thing. So
it definitely was. Yeah, it definitely was.
I mean,
but hey, man,
I told you,
reality,
man. Like this is we got votes for. We got 40 votes. It's just a 40-person vote, right? Take into account all the different variables that could be at play, bias and, people not being objective. But, I mean, it's as loud as it's ever been when it comes to displeasure with customer care.
Agreed. But
Sneed.
to your point, Sneed, again, I'm going to say it again. I acknowledge there's probably been degradation in customer care, but there's also been a reduction in price. So you get what you pay for. I mean, when Verizon
I don't know about
was
reduction in
extremely
price. I see them
expensive,
raising prices every few months, homie.
that's true, but we're not.
Those
We're not at a
little
point where
fees.
we're not at a point now where Verizon's charging $90 just for unlimited talk and text on a basic phone like they were back in those days when
Yeah,
you
but
were walking
what
to
kind
a
of
store.
phone didn't matter?
Everybody had on a certain tie.
The type
I mean,
of
that's
phone
true,
didn't matter.
because it was
A line is a line. It's on the network.
That's true. That's true. But it was $90 for a basic phone, unlimited talk and text, and it was
Yeah, but
even
it's
more
$90
if it was
now for a
smartphone.
Get
It was
More
$30.
plan.
That's true, but that's a smartphone. You can get
It makes
a
no
basic phone
difference.
for,
Data's cheaper though.
but you can get unlimited talk and text on a basic phone for $15 now. You wouldn't have been able.
Yeah,
to
but
get
I don't know
that
if that's
back then.
really what
But the
this is
customer
really
service-
about. Because when I look at service revenues, when I look at margins, I mean, this is one of the most profitable industries in the world. What other industry do you know where every single person who is your customer is paying every single month like religion? There's no
true.
compromise.
You're right. People are definitely loyal. Yeah.
Nobody's going anywhere, and they pay the bill every month because it is a necessity. I mean, look at the
Very true.
productivity. Like my channel, outside of these live streams, my channel is carried on cellular networks.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if Verizon in 2023 is more profitable than it was, back during those days. But I will say I think revenue has definitely increased because people have gone to smartphones. So I definitely will concede that. But I mean, pricing itself has gone down. So, I mean, in my opinion, you get what you pay for.
I don't see how you
When-
could frame it that way because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dividend goes up
Just
every
contradictory.
quarter. The revenues
True.
increase every year, and the customer number is flat. It's decreased.
How much of that revenue is kept? Like how much of it is profit now?
I mean, the
versus
free
what it
free
was
cash
back
flows are healthy.
then? Agreed. The free cash flows are healthy, but it was healthy back then too. So I mean, like what?
Yeah, and it hasn't
I'd have to go back and
really
say-
it hasn't been compromised. So I'm not really sure how pricing matters. Like the consumer pricing doesn't matter. The bottom line is when investors and people are looking at these balance sheets, they're like, holy crap, this company is a cash revenue machine.
Agreed. And it was
Yeah,
back
I mean,
then.
I mean, the
as well.
engineers
It was
are
back
paid,
then,
the
too.
executives are paid, the dividends are paid, the investors are rewarded. Everybody's getting theirs.
including the customer, including the customer who's getting way better performance than they did 10 years ago for way
They are.
less cost.
They are.
I mean, again, $25 a month, you can get access to Verizon's network. You were not able to. You could barely walk in the store for $25 back then. So, customers are paying less and getting way more than they ever have before. And that's across all of the carriers, but specifically going to Verizon, customers are getting more. They are. I mean, we're talking about all of this value pack. And again, $5 difference between them and the cheapest carrier out there that everybody says is so great. I mean, $5 difference. So I don't know, guys. Again, I definitely don't want to act like I'm completely disagreeing with what you're saying, Steve, because I do concede there has been some degradation in customer care, but I think the prices have gone down as well compared to what they were before. I mean,
Thanks,
Rose
Brian.
just said what he was paying for what he's getting.
Brian, listen, we respect your opinion. A lot of your points are valid. Trust me. We hear everything you're saying. All respect, man. Appreciate you calling in. We got to take another call,
Yeah, man.
but glad to have you back on the
All right,
show,
man.
man. Thank you.
All right, man.
Brian's good, man. I always appreciate his perspective. Glad he calls.
Gabe.
Gabe, what up?
Well, they dropped off, so guess it wasn't important.
All right, call back.
Oh. but yeah, he had some good points, bro. And honestly, Sneed, I mean, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Let's see here. All right, he's calling back.
Oh, we got Gabe.
Yep.
All right, what's up, Gabe?
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna do the thing again. My bad. I forgot I had it on mute. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What about y'all?
Good, man. What's going on? Comments, questions?
I'm good. So, the whole networks and everything, I'm kind of wondering, like, if there's an estimated date for the C-band and everything with that whole prospect of being in Denver. And then how long do you think this is a little bit off topic, but the Google Fiber to Lakewood, how long do you think that would take, and what do you think? Do you think that would be a success, or that they'd still be competing more or less against CenturyLink and Xfinity?
All right, good stuff, Gabe. So the Google Fiber thing, I think when Google Fiber starts putting stuff out in the media that they're expanding services, I think they're probably pretty close. Like, from that announcement, expect it within a year and a half. Those fiber projects can run for several months, but it's kind of nice to know that it's on the docket and they're going to get to it. Pretty much everywhere that Google Fiber said they were going to go, they did. So that's encouraging. Now for the C-band piece in Denver. The thing about C-band in Denver is heavily regulated by FAA, right? And military.
As a very international airport.
Yeah, so the situation there is a little bit different than, say, for example, Cleveland. It's not that Denver isn't a big PEA. It's that Denver has aviation things going on and military things going on. So the Bearded Dragon could probably give you more details on this, but all I know is that's probably the restriction. It's not the fact that they don't want to upgrade. It's a millimeter wave market from what I understand. And they've got a network of small cells and they've upgraded macros. They basically just got to get the C-band on air. And I think that's probably what the restriction is. It's probably FAA related.
Okay. So,
needed to upgrade their altimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to bring up. Like, when are they going to get with that program? Because they've had ample opportunity over like 2.5, 3 years to be able to do this. There's no reason where none of that should be upgraded already. I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but it still boggles my mind on how that's a thing.
It's politics. It's incompetency. It's people not wanting to spend money. What it boils down to is it's the equivalent of a neighbor, right? Somebody who didn't have a neighbor for a long time, like for years. And then all of a sudden someone moves into the apartment next door, and now the other neighbor has to like share that wall with them, and
yeah,
they've been overstepping their boundaries into that free space for a long time, and now they've got to invest a little bit in those protections, and they're not happy about spending money. Kind of sucks. The carriers haven't done anything wrong. In fact, they've had a right to sue, probably, in my opinion.
Yeah,
take that analogy. Take the analogy further. The one neighbor yelling through the wall.
Yeah.
It's the old grandma at the top that gets mad when you walk around, and she's like, "No, the rack it down."
Yeah.
As for the military piece, I do know there's a lot of that in this area because I work in a building that has a lot of it in it. So I understand that side of things. It's just that FAA deal just messes it. Like, it really sucks. My bad, that was a walkie.
No problem. Thanks for calling, Gabe. We're going to wrap up the show, man, but I appreciate you getting that one in at the buzzer. Thanks for calling, and glad to have you on the show, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the pickup and the talk.
Yeah, you're welcome, man, and thanks for calling. Thank you.
Yes,
all right, great. We got some good calls in. It was fun. We enjoyed it. Big shout out to Carlos for running the boards. Big shout out to Brandon, Ashay, Austin for hanging out.
Mr. Headset over here in the
Yep,
house.
Mr. Headset in the house. Oh man, you know the shackles are coming off, bro. Straight up. Oh man, hit me with your favorite hashtag, people. Hashtag Ravioli Gang, hashtag 2Live Crew. Gellert, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. I saw Dan coming in a little bit later, Raging Dusty, excuse me. Sam, Oracle TV, Pete came in at the end as well. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Shame, Gene, all the hashtag 2Live Crew, and then all the hashtag Replay crew. We had some coffees tonight. Appreciate you guys for keeping me caffeinated and motivated. But I definitely do have work in the morning, so we got to cut off the show a little early, I guess. But hey, 2 hours show ain't bad, man. We didn't do too bad tonight.
Not too bad.
I got a hashtag Sneed for the carriers. Hashtag Mo Pops, Mo Problems.
Oh, damn. Mo Pops, Mo Problems.
Oh, damn.
Man, no problems, no pops. Straight up. Man. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody who watched in the live edition and then those on replay. Big shout out to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting. All my OGs that have been supporting me since day one. If you want to help out the Sneedster, all you got to do, like the video, share the video, send it out to your socials, friends and family, show them what we do here, you know, keep them informed and all those great things on the cellular things, you know, plans and services and technologies. We do it all. You know. All right, anything else for the go to the order? Are you serious?
We have to close up the show.
The hell is that? All right, we're out. Peace.
All right, peace.